Alrighty, folks, welcome to the Season 7 finale for the ISRL over here on Extreme Racing TV. Thank you all so much for tuning in here tonight as these guys are still practicing for the Coca-Cola 200 here. After tonight, these drivers will go ahead and take a little break for the off-season, get, a little regroup of what took place throughout this season. And I do know that there were talks of some changes upcoming here with the league. Seems to be some exciting moves as far as the direction these guys are wanting to go towards instead of a longer season. Somewhat of like a 4 to 6 week shootout type of thing. So it'll be interesting to see down the road what they have planned in store for these guys. But first, got this race here to wrap up the season. Last week, AJ Heider, who is out here on, well, he's actually on pit road, but AJ Heider, go ahead and get on him here. He, with the race that he had last week, clinched the Season 7 championship. So congrats goes to that 24 AJ Heider on a dominating season here as practice is wrapped up. So let's go ahead and get qualifying underway here to set up the Coca-Cola 200. Let's get down here to some pre-race analytics here real quick. Let's throw the weather out there for you guys so you can go ahead and see what's going on with the weather. You got air temp of 66 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 9, cloudy skies, humidity at 95%, so there is a little haze out there that you will see throughout the night, especially on that front straightaway. It seems like it's really bad. But let's get some race info here. Charlotte Motor Speedway, just about a mile and a half long, 1.46 miles in length. Track temp right at 69 degrees. We are 676 feet above sea level here at the track. And of course, there's the weather once again for you. They do get 3 sets of tires behind the wall, 4 total for the finale. They are qualifying here. You got Dorsey laying down a lap time so far as a 35.98. Put him in the top spot for now. Kyle Camper there in second. And James Rader third currently. Zach Lindgren is going to go ahead and grab that top spot with a 34. Well, that didn't last long. Jared going to go ahead and topple him with a 32.22. DJ Heider here, his first lap back here in fifth with a 31.450. Dorsey's going to go ahead and grab that top spot again with a 30.095. James Rader here in that 72 machine currently sitting in fifth spot. Zach Lindgren's going to top Dorsey. Put him in P1 for now. Well, as I say that, there goes AJ. AJ grabbing the pole here with a 29.934. Eli Ennis going to go ahead and top that 24 machine with a 29.923. Jeremy Brown's popping up into that 6th position for right now with a 30.116. I'm so used to saying 29. I defaulted to that. Daryl here out here on track, currently 11th with a lap time of a 30.98. Nicholas Bublik in that 77 machine, currently 8th. I mean, we still got 2 minutes here left to go in qualifying. Mitch Van Oss currently P13 with a 30.52. Connor Trafari sitting there P8 as we're catching him spinning out there going into turn 1. Looks like P8's where he's going to start tonight, depending on anyone getting past him for qualifying with a 31.4. Van Oss out here on track in that 182. He is currently sitting here 11th with a 30.41 lap time. We're down to 1 minute here left to go in qualifying. I think Mitch is just out here getting a good grasp of what the car is going to do. I think Richard's out here as well. Well, Richard was out here. He's slowing down to the apron of the track. So props goes to that 43. So Eli Innes grabbing the pole with a lightning fast lap with 29.923. Once qualifying concludes here in under 30 seconds, we will go ahead and get them to the starting grid. All right, let's get them down to the Season 7 finale starting grid here this evening. Starting in the front row, Eli Innes with that pole with a 29.923. AJ Heider on the outside of him. Going to roll off second. In row number 2, Nicholas Bumlick in that 77 on the outside of Nicholas. That 85 of Zach Lindgren going to roll off fourth. In row 3, the 17 of Jared Rashawn there rolling off 5th. On the outside of him in that 3 machine, Michael Dorsey rolling off 6th. In row number 4, Jeremy Brown in that 46 going to roll off 7th. On the outside of Jeremy in that 9 machine, Connor Trafari is going to roll off 8th. In row 5, Daryl the big dog Arnold there in that 6 machine going to roll off 9th. Kyle Camper in that 91 is going to roll off P10. In row number 6, we got Mitch Van Oss in the 182 rolling off 11th. On the outside of Mitch in that 72 machine, got James Rader rolling off in P12. In row number 7, we got that 92 of Brian Bick rolling off 13th. On the outside of Brian in that 93, Richard Kirker is going to roll off 14th. In row number 8, in that 30 machine, we got Philip Arnold rolling off 15th. On the outside of Philip, in that 12 machine, Walker Thomas rolling off P16. And rolling off in row 9, rounding out the field here this evening, you got the 98 of Anthony Colatuano rolling off 17th. And Paul Reckerly there in the 22, rolling off P18. Drivers here all set, ready to go, rolling out of pit road for the final grid here for Season 7. It'll be a very good race here. Charlotte tends to put on a lot of good racing. You see the pace car lights are on, the headlights are on, I should say. These drivers will be driving into the night. As you see the lights already on the track. Sun is pretty much gone almost, which will just help with that grip level even more as the race progresses on here this evening. Wait for that slow progression. for that pace car to dive off to the safety of pit road. Eli Innes is waiting for that green flag to come out. Barney, the flag man, is going to wave it. We are green flag racing here for the season finale, season number 7 here for the ISRL here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 200. Get back here a little further. Zach Lindgren here back in 5th spot. He's going to fall back a little bit right now. Got that 77 and Nicholas Bumlick rolling that outside here early on. And that's not a bad idea to do in 3 and 4. There are a lot of bumps there on the bottom of that track. But here in 1 and 2, you definitely want to roll that bottom side if you can. As you can see there, that 85 is Zach Lindgren's going to go ahead and get around Nicholas Bumlick there. Clear him out of turn 2. I think Nick might have brushed the wall just slightly. We got a battle here for second with AJ Heider and Jared rolling the outside here. Side by side here coming to the start finish line. I think it's going to go to AJ Heider there for P2. Eli Innes is loving it, but at the same time, he ain't getting nowhere as far as an advantage over these two drivers. He's only sitting, pull up the gap here for everybody, 9 hundredths of a second back in front of these two drivers. And they're still side by side here, neck and neck. I think it's like 3rd lap in a row these drivers just been going at it side by side here. Nobody's giving an inch. Now they're going to go 3 wide down the front straightaway going into turn number 1 on lap 4, 3 wide. And they cleared Eli Innes with no problem. Jared rolling that outside with ease there. Now Jared and AJ showing their strengths there early on here. Lap 4 coming to completion of 4 to start lap 5, and they are still side by side racing. And you got Zach Lindgren and Eli Innes. They were side by side there briefly, but these two are still side by side, bumping down out of 2. AJ Heider, Jared Rashawn not giving an inch to each other. AJ's like, yeah, I won the championship, but I want crown one more victory under my belt here to complete season 7. That's 17 though. He is like, not under my watch. I'm gonna give you everything I got here tonight. Jared really working that outside through 1 and 2. He's actually making it work better in 1 and 2 than 3 and 4. It finally clears AJ. AJ's going to drop back to P2 here. Now we'll see here if AJ's going to save a little bit or if he's going to put the pressure on. We get back here with Brian Bick and James Rader here. This is a battle for P12. Anthony Colatuano getting around that 72 as well. And possibly putting the pressure there on Brian. See here what he does going into turn 3. Brian's going to take the midline. So is Anthony, kind of, sort of. They back up here in front. Jared's still got about 2/10-second lead over that 24 of AJ Heider. AJ's getting pressure now from that 85 of Zach Lindgren. Zach pretty much on his bumper. And now he's going to take it down to the inside here going into turn number 3. AJ, I think, is going to let him have it here coming out of 4. And yes, that second position now goes to that 85. But AJ is going to do the little swap-a-rooey on him. He's now going to take the inside down the front straightaway going into turn number 1. He might, nope, I thought he might have thought about going for a twofer there. But here comes Nicholas Bumlick coming out of 2. I thought maybe he was considering 3 wide. Not entirely sure what happened to Brian. Somebody came on the radio and said, sorry, Brian. We're watching the battle for the lead here with Zach closing the gap there on Jared. Good run out of 4. Down, going in turn number 1, he's going to have that inside on that 17. But Jared has shown that outside line is really strong if you keep the momentum up. Right there, he's able to do so. And now a lot of single file going on. Other than up what's going on up front between Jared and Zach. And now Zach's to the inside of Jared. But coming out of 2, Jared's going to have the momentum down the straight. Well, maybe not. Zach's holding strong there. As we got a battle for third as well between AJ and Nicholas. But coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, I think Jared's still going to have the lead at the start-finish line. Yes. For now, anyway. Jared's still your race leader. We are on lap 12, and AJ is doing the Larson line already. And these two, Jared is on a mission here tonight, and Zach, once you take over that position, lead a few laps here. He's going to lead that lap. So completion of lap 12, give that lap to Zach. As, Jared thought maybe he had the blinking thing taken care of. Here he goes again, blinking. I don't know if that's a good sign for Jared or not. We'll see here as the race goes on. Hopefully that clears up for him. Ooh, almost pancaked the wall there coming out of 4, but Jared's going to have that lead back from that 85. These guys are fighting like it's the last 10 laps out here. Not wanting to surrender the lead. Not wanting the other guy to get an advantage to get away. But with those two battling, they still managed to pull away from AJ Heider here. AJ's about 0.8 of a second back from the leader. And he's got pressure from that 9 of Connor Trafari. He started 8th, currently up here at P4. Right now, Walker Thomas is your big mover of the race here so far in that 12 machine. He's up 6 spots from where he started here this evening. The biggest loser so far is that 91 of Kyle Camper. He is down 6 positions from where he started tonight's race. Back up here, these guys have single filed it out a little bit. Well, as I say that, here comes Zach looking down to the inside of that 17 through the tri-oval, going down in that turn number 1. Zach's holding strong to that bottom. As these tires wear out, Zach's having to use more of that wheel. That should benefit that 17. We'll see here as this run goes on, as it's almost again. It's got that tendency of being a long green flag run, as we got 20s now. Connor Trafari. Oh, they are twins. Okay. AJ, I just caught that. AJ Heider and Connor Trafari are both running the same paint, other than the car number. As Zach clears Jared. So Zach's in that top spot. Here comes Jared, though, down to the inside of Zach. He wants that lead back. Coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Zach's going to have a good run. Well, maybe not. I don't know if it's the camera angle, but it seems like that inside isn't getting a good run out of 2, and then all of a sudden it just, like they mount that momentum down the straightaway. So these two are still swip-swapping just about every half a lap. And you still got close battle going on for third. And back there, with Nicholas Bumlick and Eli Innes. Eli's fallen back 6 positions from where he started on the pole. He has not led a lap yet, though. And they're still swapping, still side by side here. You would think, you know, AJ and Connor would be loving what they're seeing at the front of their window, but they're not really catching up a whole lot to these two. I mean, Heider is closed at almost 1/10 of a second. Oop, Jared, there he is. Okay, he's back. That's the problem with when you're sim racing. That internet connection is so vital. We experienced it a few times over on this side last Tuesday night. We had our internet hiccups twice last week. Knock on wood. So far, nothing. As everything seems to be running very strong so far. As well as these drivers out here at Charlotte tonight for the Coca-Cola 200. On lap 22, 133. We still got 44 laps to go to the end of the stage. Just a reminder, if anybody's new tuning in for the ISRL here for Season 7, they have one stage. They do not throw a caution for the stage. What they do is pretty much frame shot or screenshot the top 10 at the start-finish line. And that's your stage, and they just continue racing old school style, but with the new school mixed in. Since they have stretched it out a little bit, we'll go ahead and get back here to that 77. Love that paint on that machine. Something about that red and yellow just works. Probably because it's Starburst. But right behind him, Eli Innes. Love that throwback. Gives me old school vibes there. For those that might not know what I'm talking about, we'll go ahead here real quick. Just go ahead and do that. There it is. So where it's usually what they had there is the horsepower that they had in the engine instead of, you know, the sponsor. It's not going to let me turn it there. But anyways, yeah, where that red's at, usually they had the horsepower for the car they had under the hood. In this case, he just has the Speedo sponsor. Still a cool little effect there that he has on the hood of that. Get back here to Brian Bick, currently running 12th. He is up a spot. Really no one in front of him, but right behind him, got Anthony Colaquano, about half a second behind him. Do a little cockpit cam here with that 98. Actually, we'll do gyro. That way you get a little sense of the banking that this track has to offer. See those leaders way up there in 3 and 4. And you know what, while we're on it, let's go ahead and stay with this for a little bit. Let's go through the field here, get a little sense of everybody, what they're experiencing out here on track. Let's start with the 85, Zach Lindgren, our race leader here. Got that clean air in front of him. See what he does here in 1 and 2. See how much he's fighting that wheel, if any. Fighting it a little bit, not too much though. Pretty steady there on that wheel. Jared Rashawn here in second, right behind that 85 is Zach. Pretty much as steady as that 85. You hear the AJ Heider in that 24. He is coming up to that 17 of Jared. As the run is progressing, that 24 seems to be coming to life a little bit. Almost rushing the wall there out of 2. Get back here to that 9 of Connor Trafari. This car is really fishing that bottom, especially in 3 and 4, very bumpy. Jeremy Brown in the 46 machine here trying to catch Connor. As you see there, AJ taking the high side there. I don't know if that was by design or if he got loose. Get back here to P6, Nicholas Bumlick. He is about 9/10 of a second back from Jeremy Brown. Ooh, hitting the wall there in 3 and 4. That's really going to hurt his momentum. Save it, save it, save it. Good save, Nicholas. As now Eli Innocent going to go ahead and get around him. Get back here to P8, Walker Thomas. P9, Mitch Van Oss. And that 182. So sweet to see all these different lines as the tires start wearing off, these drivers take. And rounding out the top 10 here, that 3 of Michael Dorsey. And that is your top 10 here. Cockpit cam, well, gyro cam. A little insight of what's going on inside of those cars here. Get back up here to the front. At 85, Zach Lindgren. Here comes Jared, AJ on the inside of Jared. This is a battle for P2. These guys fought at it for 4 or 5 laps at the beginning of the race before Jared finally prevailed over the 24. And now, here we are on lap 34. AJ wants that position. Well, P2 anyway, away from Jared, and he might just do it here as Jeremy Brown's going to move up to 4th, getting around Connor Trafari. And AJ's going to clear that 17 of Jared, so put AJ back up into 2nd. Here comes Connor Trafari looking down to the inside of the 46 of Jeremy Brown. We are coming down to 30 laps to go here in stage 1. Oh, Jared's having more technical glitches on his side. As I gotta clear my pipe. Get back here. Looks like Nicholas is gonna have some company there with the 43 of Eli. Eli looking down to the inside of the 77 here, going into turn number 1. See here if he's going to be able to make it stick coming out of turn 2. Nope, Nicholas is going to have a good run coming out. So I get back here to Richard Kirker in that 93 here. He's all the way back here in 16th. He started 14th. He's falling down a couple positions, but he's just out here for a Tuesday night cruise here, kind of keeping an eye out on the field. And it's a good view to have. You want to check on everybody, see how they're racing. And then Kyle Camper in that 91. That cartoon Kyle. And that 91 machine out here cruising just ahead of the 93. Then you got the 30 of Philip Arnold back here in 17th, rounding out the field. He's out here having a whopper of a time. As AJ Heider has taken the lead back, this time away from the 85 of Zach Lindgren. And Zach's trying to use that outside, but I think those tires on that 24 finally came to life. We got a battle going on back here. This is a battle between Jared and Connor. Jared's tires have fallen off dramatically here in the last few laps. He's about to fall back, possibly the 5th spot, if Connor could find a way to get around him. But ooh, Connor brushes the wall coming out of 4. That 24 back up to the point. Now he's got about a 7/10 of a second lead over the 85 in just a matter of 2 laps. That 24, I'm telling you, he's just been in a different zip code this season. Ooh, brushing the wall coming out of 4. I think that was minor enough to where it won't do anything. We still got 24 laps to go here in stage 1. We're on lap 42 of 133 for the Coca-Cola 200 here tonight at Charlotte for the Season 7 finale here for the ISRL. And our Season 7 champion currently out here on point, leading the way. Get back here with the 72 and the 98, doing battle here. This is a battle for 13th. Anthony's going to go ahead and have that position. Away from the 72. So James Rader's going to fall back here to 14th for now. Walker Thomas in that 12. Haven't spoke much about Walker here tonight so far. But he is back here in 9th. Trying to get up to that 3 of Michael Dorsey in that Lowe's machine. Yeah, Mitch Van Ossen 182. He's creeping up here to the 12 of Walker. And oh, Connor's coming down pit road. Okay. Connor making a pit stop here with 21 to go here in stage 1. I think he's splitting the race up into thirds. We'll be pitting right around lap 90 once the next run is over. We'll see here how long these guys decide to stay out. Ooh, AJ really smacked the wall pretty good there at a 4 that time. They do not get a fast repair. Whatever you do to your car, you're stuck with it for the remainder of the race. Eli Ennis is on pit road. Richard Kirker coming down pit road. I think Philip tried to come down pit road, and he just couldn't get it wheeled up in time. Here comes AJ down the front. Tri-oval, straightaway, front stretch. The thing with the start-finish line on it. There we go. We got battles here. Jeremy Brown up to second now. Zach. He's in battle now with the 17 and Jared all of a sudden, Zach Lindgren is falling like a rocket. That 85 has developed a sinking syndrome. Hopefully he can get that addressed here quickly. As Phillip now on pit road. So I was correct. He was trying to come down the lap before. Just couldn't get it wound up in time. Daryl the big dog. Arnold here in 9th, right where he started tonight's race. Still got 18, well now 17 laps to go here in stage 1. Right now, the guys that are a lap down. Ooh, Anthony Colatuano is coming down pit road for his service here tonight for the first time. And AJ has opened up a 1.8 second lead over the 46 of Jeremy Brown. Nicholas Bumlick, Michael Dorsey here. Michael's going to go ahead and take 5th away from the 77. The 77 smacks the wall out of turn 2. Right now we're just waiting for these guys to make their pit cycle. Zach Lindgren here still holding on to 4th for right now, but here comes those fresh tires. That 9 of Connor Trafari. Here, AJ has about a 2.4 second lead over 2nd. Oh, Anthony Colatuano. What happened to Anthony? Let's go ahead and see. What happened? I think he was trying to slow it down to get down the pit road. Oh, he just made his pit stop. That's right. And, wow, somehow nobody hit him. It'll be interesting to see what kind of damage that 17 has. There. Ooh. Yeah, that right front's crinkled a little bit. That's going to be problemsome there for that 17. That might be able to get buffed out there. His pit crew, they do some minor repairs there real quick. See there, all the leaders on pit road here. See here who comes out on pit road first. And there goes AJ, there goes Jeremy Brown, Zach Lindgren, Mike Dorsey, Walker Thomas, Nicholas Bumlick, Mitch Van Oss. As Jared is still on pit road. He is getting that service done on his machine. Still working on it. As they are in 3 and 4 here. As Eli Innes will be getting the wave around. See here when. Still on pit road, still on pit road. But he must have some serious damage on that 17 as we are coming to the start-finish line. You're the one to go, and oh, nope, here comes Jared now. He's out of pit road. All right. Still got that right front crinkled on that machine. I don't know if he might have some wheel damage. That could be a possibility. Alright, well, we're about to get the show back on the road here. Really don't have much to recap. We've had one caution for 3 laps. AJ Heider is your leader. We've had 6 lead changes. But AJ will be in control. Waiting for that pace car to dive off to the safety of pit road. And once we get in restart zone, AJ is in control. Pace car is off and away. And AJ Heider waiting. On the loud pedal, we are back. Green flag racing here tonight for the Coca-Cola 200 for the Season 7 finale here tonight. As the 12 Walker Thomas is around, we are still green for right now. Still green. He's able to get it back under control. Let's see what happened here. I don't know if I can go back that far. Here we go. Go ahead and get back here to the start. See here what happens as he goes into turn 1. It looks like he just gets loose coming out of 2. Not a very good angle to have there on the replay TV mix cam. But AJ Heider still out here in the top spot. Zach Lindgren second. Jeremy Brown third. Nicholas Bumlick fourth. Michael Dorsey here running P5. Mitch Van Oss sixth. Connor Trafari seventh. Brian Bick eighth. Jared Rashawn ninth. Eli Innes going to round out your top 10. Your pole sitter. You got that 91 of Kyle Camper right behind him. He is moving on up. Took that first step in the race, just kind of laid back, trying to get a good handle of what's going on with the car, and now he's going to go at it. As far as cars go, we got Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, your top 10. Not a single Toyota out here tonight. As far as the quick time of the night so far, that will go to, looks like the 24 of AJ Heider with a 32.80. And there you can see positions gained here early on in tonight's race. Biggest mover of the race so far is a tie between Jeremy Brown and Mitch Van Oss there in 7th in that 182 machine. The biggest loser of the night so far is that 43 of Eli Innes here running 10th. Down 9 positions from where he started. Looks like he smacked the wall there coming out of 4. And now Eli is going to drop another position, so put him down 10. Looks like Kyle Camper is going to clear him here in 3 and 4. And he does just that. But here comes Eli down to the inside of the 91. But eventually Kyle Camper does hold off the 43. And right now a lot of single file that's going on. So let's go ahead here and do a little TV close-up cam here tonight at Charlotte. Because we are now back here tonight. Give you guys a little area where you might possibly blow your eardrums out. As AJ Heider here. Got about just a little over a 10-second lead over that 85 of Zach. Zach's putting the pressure on AJ. AJ's not just going to walk away with it here tonight. Zach's definitely putting the pressure there on AJ. Maybe lessons learned from the first run for that 85. See how long he stays back there in the wake of the 24 until he makes his move. We got Jeremy Brown here in the 46 here in third. Ooh, get back up here. We got a battle for the lead. Zach to the inside of AJ. I got a frog stuck in my throat here tonight, folks. As AJ and Zach, I think AJ's going to hold him off here for right now, and he does just that. And all of a sudden, I got something. It's like just tickling my throat. Not entirely sure what's up with that. But we were on lap 70. I did miss the end of the stage. Get back here with James Rader, Kyle Camper. This is a battle for 9th. And Daryl up here as well with these guys. He always seems to do very well at Charlotte. We'll definitely keep an eye out for Daryl here. We've still got 63 laps to go. I will not be surprised to see Daryl crack the top 5 if we get a late race caution. Possibly battle for that. Kyle slamming the wall out of 4. Oh, Kyle might need a new pair of underwear after that hit. I mean, Daryl and Eli might need a new pair as well after what Kyle did right in front of them. I don't know, I never did ask him if he was a boxer or a brief guy, so I'm just assuming. Anyway, back up here in the front, we got 24 AJ still leading the way over the 85 Zach Lindgren. But Zach's still keeping that pressure on that 24 machine, but Jeremy Brown, ever so slightly, creeping closer and closer up to these two. And we saw at the end of that run, he was one of the fastest drivers out here on track on the long run. So, keep an eye out on that 46 machine. You got about a little over 2-second gap between 3rd and 4th here with Nicholas. And that 77 here running 4th, and then back here in 5th, a 1.2 seconds back from our 4th place driver. You got Connor Trafari. This battle for the lead, it's not a battle yet, but it's still a potential battle. These two drivers here pretty much neck and neck as far as lap times go. And we'll get back here to Zach here to see. Slightly faster than the leader the last lap. We'll see here at the start finish line. A little bit slower than AJ that lap, but the lap before he was quicker. So, I mean, he's helped a little bit by the draft there down the back straightaway. That does play a factor. As you see, the 46 of Jeremy Brown, he was faster than the leader last lap. We'll see here at the start finish line. Still faster than the leader. So Jeremy Brown is slowly reeling both the 85 and 24 in. But I think right now AJ's just trying to save as much tire as possible just in case there is a battle for the lead. Which, if Jeremy keeps it up, it won't be too much longer. And in case you're wondering, Nicholas back about 2.7 seconds back from the leader here in P4. The closest battle on track is what you're watching right now. with these three drivers, and Jeremy Brown is right there on both of them. He's all over the bumper now, the 85 of Zach Lindgren. He's going to take it down to the inside of Zach here down the tri-oval. And he might possibly have it cleared here in 1 and 2. And he does. He didn't even need turn 2. He had it cleared in turn number 1. Now Brown's got his eyes set on Heider. And right close up to that. Boom! Might have gave him a little nudge there. I don't think that was on purpose. I think that was just accidental. He just had that much of a run through the corner. Now Brown's going to change his lineup a little bit. He's going to use the outside. And he's going to try to do the crossover down the back straightaway. He's going to have the inside going into 3 and 4 on the 24. And a slide job! Oh, man! Jeremy's really using everything in that tank. And he has the lead. He's going to lead his first lap here. But now you've got that 24 on the inside of him here through 1 and 2. Ooh, oh, bumping down the back straightaway at 24.46. These guys are racing hard as if it's the last lap. And we got 50 laps to go here as soon as they cross the start-finish line. Oh! Oh, man, some real tight racing here between these two. Oh, still bumping. Ooh, man, no one's giving an inch here this evening, and they're still keeping it straight. More bumping down the back straightaway. These two drivers, man, we got to get on that 85 of Zach. We got to get a, there we go, more, boom, pancaking that passenger side door, more pancaking down the front straightaway. Zach's just, I don't know if he's okay with it, if he's worried some, or if he's like loving it. Boom! More pancaking. Well, Jeremy just took a battle with the wall. I don't know why he decided to battle with the wall. And, whoo! Oh, and there he goes around and around, and that should bring out our caution. No, we are staying green.
I thought you once and apologize. You scored me for fucking 4 laps. Hey, we don't do that here. Yeah, we don't do that here.
So let's see here. Let's go ahead.
Don't tell anybody what to do.
Ooh, he smacks the wall coming out of 4. That's what happened to Jeremy. He smacked the wall out of 4 and came down. And that shouldn't have come over the... Oh, I think because my headset was on. That's why that came over the radio. That shouldn't come over the broadcast, but I had my headset down there. That's why it came over. And we got Zach Lindgren here now, currently 7th. We got AJ still out here in the lead. Managed to hold off, well, quite a few drivers here tonight. He had a very good battle there early on in the race with the 17 of Jared. Fell back a little bit, and he came up. Had a good battle with the 85 of Zach Lindgren. And then we just witnessed a Darlington type of race at Charlotte between AJ Heider and Jeremy Brown. and they were using door panels, and well, Jeremy decided to try to use the wall a couple times, and he finally smacked it out of 4, and that's what ended that battle. That was pretty exciting. So we got a little bit of everything here on the season finale here for the ISRL Season 7. Wouldn't want it any other way, as Michael Dorsey is now trying to get up to the 77 of Nicholas Bumlick. And Dorsey accidentally tapped Nicholas there a little more than he wanted to. Got over the radio and did apologize for that. As Zach is on pit road. Not surprised by that. He probably got some wheel damage on that right front. And he was having a very good night too, so that's unfortunate to see the 85 on pit road here. Most likely will end his night as far as a chance to win. As we still got 41 laps to go here this evening. I mean, in a way, I'm kind of surprised that wasn't a caution. Daryl is complaining about pushing tight. At least I think it was him. As AJ has about a 7/10 of a second lead over our second place driver, Nicholas Bumlick here. Michael Dorsey is going to come down pit road. It'll be a first of our lead lap cars coming down pit road. Well, not involved in an incident, I should say. We did have Zach come down pit road. We got AJ coming down pit road. Nicholas Bumlick coming down pit road. Both of them getting woe down. Oh, almost lost it there, but he was able to get it under control. So the lead goes to the 182, Mitch Van Oss. Brian Bick goes up to second. Walker Thomas third. Eli Innes running P4. I wouldn't expect here too long before these guys come down pit road. They just heard on the radio, Brian Bick just came on saying he's coming down pit road this time. And there he is on the safety of pit road, as well as the 43 of Eli Innes on pit road. So we'll see here how much longer Mitch decides to stay out. He's going to stay out another lap. Walker Thomas here in second. He is a little over 6 seconds back. He's staying out. Daryl here now in third. He's going to go ahead and stay out. James Rader staying out. Kyle Camper in 5th. He's staying out. Jeremy Brown, he's staying out. Jared, last driver on the lead lap for right now, is on. I'll stay in 7th. See how much longer he stays out on the track. It looks like he's about a half a lap behind Jared. Daryl's on pit road as well as James Rader. And here comes the 182 of Mitch down pit road. Walker Thomas is going to go, well, let's see here. Yep, he's going to go ahead and stay out. And Kyle hugging the wall to let Jeremy around. Oh, Daryl! What happened to Daryl? Let's go ahead and take this back here real quick. Like all of a sudden his car just got loose. Yeah, it did. Ooh, managed to miss the wall though. So good driving there by that 6 of Daryl the Big Dog Arnold. Almost got the big embarrassment of the Charlotte curse. I've done it. I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but I was in the passenger seat to win the race, and I completely whiffed it coming out of pit road. That's all I'm going to say. Those that know exactly what happened. But Walker Thomas still out here on track. He is 14 seconds ahead of our second place driver, Jeremy Brown, here in 2nd. We're down to 30 laps to go. And I would expect Walker to be down pit road here shortly. Jared's on pit road. Just pitted. Let's pull up our length here so far. He's been out here 52 laps. The top 3 have. See how much longer Walker decides he's gonna push those old tires. But if it would finish this way, he would go down as the biggest mover by far, up 15 positions from where he started tonight's race. There's the 182, Mitch Van Oss, going to go ahead and get around him. I'll put Mitch back on the lead lap. And Brian Bick right behind, following suit. Put himself back on the lead lap the old-fashioned way. Now, we're up to 10 drivers on the lead lap. I heard somebody say they were pitting in. Not entirely sure who that was. Oh, Kyle Camper. That's who it was. Okay, Kyle is on pit road. Walker's staying out. And now he's going to be in a hornet's nest here of fresh tires. Jared's going to go ahead and get around him. Here comes the 43 at Eli Ennis. Ooh, brushing the wall attitude. Walker Thomas is. And now he's up to about a 15-second lead over our second place driver. And you got the 24 of Heider. "16 seconds back, and he's closing up on to the 46 of Jeremy. And we have to keep our eyes out on that one. AJ with the fresh tires. Here comes the 77 as well. And, ooh boy, we got a hornet's nest. We're going to go 3 wide. And they're bumping again. Jeremy's going to go ahead and take another spin around. And we'll go ahead and take a look. Take a look back here. Go back a little bit further. And either just coming out of 4. We'll pause it right there, get on a different camera. Go TV1. You know what? Actually, let's go with a chase cam. Bar chase. And we'll see here. Coming up right behind the 46, you got the 3 Michael Dorsey here. And everything's good, everything's good. And, oh. See, I think that one, if I'm calling it, that one's going on the 24. But I'm not an admin. I'm just a broadcaster. I'm just what I saw. That's what I'm calling. So we got all the leaders on pit road for possibly the last time here tonight. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. They are down the one to go here before we get back. Green flag racing. Let's go ahead real quick, give you a quick recap. 114 and 133 complete. Walker Thomas is your leader. 2 cautions for 6 laps, and we've had 12 lead changes here so far. Got Walker Thomas first, Michael Dorsey second, Nicholas Melnick third, Connor Trafari fourth, Mitch Van Oss fifth, Brian Bick sixth, AJ Heider seventh, Zach Lindgren eighth, Eli Innes ninth, and James Rader. Rounding out your top 10. Wait for the pace car to dive off to the safety of pit road. And Walker is in control, and green flag is out. We are back. Green flag racing, 20 to go here. Well, 19 at the start-finish line for the Coca-Cola 200 here tonight for the Season 7 finale here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And this is where things get real dicey, as right behind we got the yellow flag. Head back here and see what happened. It was just oh, 92 got loose. That's what happened. And Zach, a night he wants to forget. Unfortunate for him. Looks like Darrell was able to get it wound down without any damage on that 6 machine. So I would not expect anybody to be down pit road here. We are still under caution here. Should be getting the 1 to go here next time by. Race analysis here real quick. I'll give you a little recap. We had our first stage with 65 laps. The final stage here is 68 laps. Like I said, we're down under, well, probably 15 laps to go by now. As far as the weather, it's currently 66 out there. Winds out of northeast at 7. Still partly cloudy. Humidity still at a whopping 95%. Those that don't know, just tuning in here tonight, AJ Heider is your champion for Season 7. He claimed that title last week with that dominating performance at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Able to sweep the stage, grab the victory. Just based on the points, he was locked as champion here for Season 7. We're down to 1 to go here. Get back to the restart and see if we can get down to the finish Definitely have to watch that outside here on the restart. First lap is a doozy. These cold tires got a lot of grip on them. You see Nicholas down there on that 77 picking up some starburst there on his tires. As the pace car is going to dive off to the safety of pit road. Hopefully last time here for season 7. Walker Thomas is in control. We are back green flag racing here tonight for the Coca-Cola 200 for the ISRL Season 7 finale. We're down to 15 laps to go. Back here, Mike Dorsey up to second. Ooh, contact between the 77 and the 9 down the back straightaway. Ooh, we got 3 wide going on back here. Almost 3 wide. Zach Lindgren got his bumper back on. Ooh. Mike Dorsey smacking the wall. Boy, we're almost 3 wide again. Oh, I thought Dorsey was going to lose it somehow. Able to get that car back under control. What an awesome job driving there for that 3 machine. As now we got Nicholas Bumlick to the outside of the 12 of Walker Thomas. But we got battles going on all over the place. We don't know where to go. We're going to stay right here with Connor. Looks like you can see everything from Connor's point of view. Got battle for first, second, third, fourth. They're all right here. Right now, Nicholas Bumlick is at the point. These drivers that they were saving earlier, there is no saving going on now. They are giving everything they have here. 13 laps to go. Mike Dorsey all over the back bumper of the 77, Nicholas Bumlick. Walker Thomas falling back now a little bit. Got AJ Heider back up here. Up to third now. Does AJ have enough to get back up to the point, or can Michael Dorsey or Nicholas Bumlick hold him off? Right now they're both doing a very good job at that, but here comes AJ. He's diving it down to the inside. He's going to take over second spot from Michael Dorsey, maybe. See what kind of run Michael gets out of 4. Ooh, more bumping and banging going on down the front straightaway. This time between the 3 and the 24. 3 and 24 have some history together. Not with the names that are driving the cars, but for those that know. Here comes Eli Innes, our pole sitter. He's back up here. He's now on the back bumper of the 24 of AJ. Everyone's coming down. We're down to 10 laps to go. The final 10 laps of Season 7 here. So far, it's been a great race. And it's setting up to be an even better finish here tonight. As Eli's now to the inside of the 24 through 3 and 4 here. Trying to do the slide job. He got the slide job, but we got a caution. Let's see what happened. What was the caution? Not entirely sure what the caution was for. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we got the 17. Jared here. I think he had a little help here from, a little help there from the 72. Around he went. I think he was expecting Jared to stay a little higher than what he did. Got a little too hungry on entry there. That'll bring out our caution, but man, this is going to be a good finish. You got Nicholas Bumlick first, Michael Dorsey second, Eli Innes up to third, AJ Heider fourth, Connor Trafari fifth. Walker Thomas restarted first on the last restart. He's back here in the 6th position now. Mitch Van Oss 7th. Zach Lindgren 8th. James Rader 9th. And Brian Bick rounding out your top 10. Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and take one more commercial break. Well, one more pause. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for what is setting up to be an epic finish. Alrighty, folks, we're back. We are getting ready, locked and loaded for what is quite possibly going to be one of the best finishes that we've had here on Extreme Racing TV. And it's the season finale, season 7 here for the ISRL. Buckle up. It's about to get wild. Get it out there, share it. Let everybody know. Let your friends, family know. Tune in. It is going to be something you don't want to miss here. As we're waiting for that pace car to dive off. It is off to the safety of pit road. Nicholas Bumlick is in control. Green flag is out. We are back. Green flag racing with 6 laps to go here tonight, folks. 6 more laps for the Season 7 finale here at Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 200. Right now we are single file-ish as we saw Kyle Camper camping it out down there to the apron. Oh, we got Nicholas Bumlick up into the wall. We're still green. As Connor is now in the lead. Let's see here if we can go back. See here exactly what happened. And, oh, it was Dorsey. Well, actually, oh, yeah. Eli Innes gave a little help there to Dorsey. All right, so that's what happened there. Connor Trafari's now on point. AJ Heider second. The 20s are out here leading the way. Walker Thomas third. Mitch Van Oss fourth. James Rader rounding out your top 5. We're down to 4 laps to go. About to be 3 laps to go. once Connor gets to the start-finish line. 3 more laps. And you got Mike Dorsey here. Some heavy wheel damage. And he's smoking. We're coming down to 2 more laps to go here around Charlotte. Connor's still up in the top spot, but can AJ Walker Thomas trying to make a push here. Ooh, give it a little bumper there to the 24. But 24 is able to manage that very well, actually. I think it actually helped. As we're down to the white flag. 1 more lap to go here for the Coca-Cola 200 for the Season 7 finale. Does Connor have what it takes to hold off AJ? Can AJ make a last lap move, or does Walker Thomas have something up his sleeve? We'll see here. We're down to 2 more corners. Coming down turn 3 and 4. And it looks like coming out of 4, Connor Trafari is going to grab the victory here tonight. AJ Heider second. Walker Thomas finishing 3rd here this evening. Mitch Van Oss finishing 4th. And James Rader round out your top 5. That will conclude the race here this evening. Whew! I think I know why my airway's a little froggy. These guys kept it action-packed all night long. Well, I'm going to go ahead here, take a quick break, see if we get the top 3 down here in the broadcast booth. Do not go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. Woo! Still trying to catch my breath from that finish. Let's go ahead here and get to our 3rd place finisher here this evening. And that would be the 12 Walker Thomas. Let's get him up here in the broadcast booth. Well, Walker, man, what a way to finish season 7 here for the ISRL. Talk about your race. How was it for you? It looked like it was wild out there tonight.
Put my way home. Luckily, that caution came out and set me up in a good spot. But I guess being a new dad means you lose all your speed, and I couldn't keep up with those guys at the end.
Yeah, it looked like they, especially as that late race caution came out, it like the intensity level amped up to what it was before, and it was already amped up before that. So to see all that take place here tonight was wild, unexpected, but you know what? In a way, kind of fitting because this track kind of offers that action-packed type of door-banging action that you want to see, and it definitely did not disappoint here tonight. So congrats on you pulling out a third-place finish here to round out Season 7 here with the ISRL. Looking forward, I know there's a lot of plans in place as far as things changing, kind of migrating to more of like a mini-series type thing, possibly. Kind of talk about, your insights here, what you've taken away here with the ISRL here in the past few seasons.
Yeah, luckily I've been able to run. I believe this is my third season. This is a good core group of guys. The admins all put in a ton of time, and Aiden's even working on stuff as he's in Argentina, Antarctica. So I mean, the guys are always working on it, and everyone's very appreciative of it. This season I think went a little bit a different direction than people anticipated. But I know the core is still going to be around, and whether we just do some mini series or special events, I know it'll always be a good time with this group.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to see what they have in store. But Walker, you still got, third place finish here to celebrate here at Charlotte. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate here tonight, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give here this evening?
Yeah, just shout out to the admins again. They put this on for us each week, and I know a lot of pressure got put on some other admins with Aiden's absence. So appreciate those guys stepping up, and even if it wasn't to the fullest this season, they still gave it 100% effort. So appreciative of that. Also want to thank Jared, Zach, Mike, Anthony. Brad, Jeremy, everybody on Elite Motorsports for having me in this series. I don't get to run for Elite in every single series as I'm part of Balls Out Racing as well. But every time I get to be a part of their team, it's always a lot of fun. So shout out to those guys as well.
All right, Walker. Well, you celebrate your third place finish here tonight. Hell of an effort. Just came up a couple spots short. Can't wait to see, hopefully you back out here on the track here with whatever they have in store here in the upcoming months. Till then, Walker, enjoy this, and hopefully we'll see you back out there on the track.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
All right, you too. All right, and that'll take us to our second place finisher here tonight, but not only our second place finisher, but our season champion here for Season 7. Let's go ahead and get him down here in the broadcast booth, if I can find it. There it is. All right. Well, AJ Heider, your Season 7 champion here this evening, finishing second here tonight. Can I say wild, epic, chaotic? I mean, I don't know how many other words I could use to describe tonight's race. You were in a few epic battles here tonight for the lead, right off the start, and then later on in the race with Zach, and then a little bit later on there with Jeremy Brown. Kind of like Darlington vibes there. Yeah. Just go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. How was it for you here this evening, AJ?
Yeah, it's pretty, some mixed emotions for sure. just with what this league has meant for me the past couple of years, it's super great to race with a great group of guys for as long as I did, and for it to come to an end, it kind of sucks, but ready to move on to bigger and brighter things in the future, and just hopefully one of these days we could all meet up again one day in the future. You never know.
Yeah, kind of give your thoughts on how the entire season went for you. I mean, it was almost like you were in a different zip code a lot of these races. You were just out there like just dominating most of the races here, especially last week when you crowned yourself the champion with that dominating race that you had in North Wilkesboro. Just kind of reflect on season 7 as a whole. How was it for you going in, and then kind of throughout the whole season?
Yeah, it was about as good as you could ask for coming into a season like this. I mean, I probably couldn't even name you a race where I didn't think we didn't have the best car. I felt like we had the car to beat pretty much week in and week out, and we got 9 wins didn't come out of nowhere, and we were able to get it done and get ourselves another championship.
Yeah, definitely, and just doing it in the epic way that you did makes me feel like I go back to driving school. But before we go ahead and let you go here, AJ, and not only celebrate your second place finish here to round out season 7, but officially, it was official last week, but now that it's officially over, celebrating your season 7 championship here for the ISRL. Any final thought, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate everything you've accomplished here this season?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to thank everyone at Uprise Motorsports, and especially the Crystal Design paint scheme that we got today. Looked bad fast out on the track with us and Connor out there. We were able to get the 1-2. Yeah, I also want to thank Nikki B, one of my teammates, Crystal A, everyone at RDM. I think that's it. Yeah, not really much else for me to say.
All right. Well, AJ, congrats on your championship here this season. Enjoy it, celebrate it. Can't wait to see what you have coming up here, and looking forward to maybe seeing you back out there on track, and who knows, maybe I'll be out there with you.
Hey, you never know.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. See you, man.
All right. Now to take us to our race winner here this evening, that number 9 of Connor Trafari. Get him down here to the broadcast booth. Well, Connor, you pulled it off here this evening, finishing the race in the top spot. Go out season 7 with some bragging rights. Go ahead and talk about not only your race, but man, it was kind of chaotic out there tonight. Go ahead and talk about it.
Man, I don't know how the hell I won this race. Oh my gosh. I really did think I had some decent pace, like at least top 5 pace throughout the race. So I was going on pit strategy there, hoping that it would go green the whole way, where I would pit 45, 90, and it would line me up perfect with the amount of laps in the race. And then there's a caution, of course, like it always happens with me. So I had to take a wave around, and that kind of put me behind the sticks a little bit. And then some late race shenanigans and all that kind of brought me back into it. Thankfully, I was able to take tires with everyone else, got me on an even playing field. And then, unfortunate mistake by Eli taking out Dorsey and Boone kind of opened up the door for me. And I was able to hold off AJ. Luckily it was another lap because I think he would have got me. But I'll take it nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got to take it when you can get them, right?
Yeah.
Kind of reflect on, your season as a whole. I know it didn't go exactly as you wanted to, wanted to come out here and compete for a championship. Falling short of that here this season, but kind of give your insights, kind of how it went as a whole, as far as your expectations coming into it, and then ultimately the final result for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard to win a championship when you're racing with AJ Heider. He's absolutely a demon on iRacing ovals. I mean, I raced with him in another league and I have to deal with him winning everything. So if that tells you anything. But yeah, no, I really didn't expect to really have second place kind of, I don't want to say locked up, but sort of locked up with like 4 races to go. I really didn't expect that. I knew I'd be in the playoffs contending, but I really didn't think I had that much pace. So it was definitely nice to even be battling with AJ for the championship for a little bit until I had some mishaps on my end during some races.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the races that I was racing with you guys, you know, I enjoyed them. You know, there was only one race that I was actually competitive in, and that was a surprise by me. So just to be out there on the track with you all, seeing how you guys race, definitely gave me an insight to myself that I need to go back to driving school a little bit and learn a little something to start being competitive again. But
Oh yeah.
you know, just to see you guys out here tonight, the way you guys were racing. I mean, we had a little bit of everything. We had drafting, we had side by side, we had a little bit of old school Darlington. It was epic, and I wouldn't want it any other way to go out season 7 to finish it that way. Wild, extreme, enjoyable, and hopefully it was as enjoyable for you as a driver behind the wheel as it was for me up here in the broadcast. We were just watching it.
Oh yeah, those last 20 laps were very exciting to say the least.
But, you know, before you go ahead and celebrate your victory here tonight, Connor, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before you go celebrate here this evening at Charlotte?
Yeah, of course. I want to give a shout out to my teammates. AJ Heider, of course, on the championship, well-deserved. Been fast all season. Nicholas Budimlik, who, man, I was really pulling for in the last 10 laps there to get his first win against AJ in a long while. I was really rooting for him that one. Fortunate things didn't go his way. Shout out to my sponsor, Chris Lilly Designs. Kind of like a little bit of like a throwback to when I would always run his schemes, kind of as my basic before I ran the Lot 9 schemes. So shout out to him and his work. Shout out to Aiden Kirker for running this league for seven seasons, I think. Unfortunately, it will be my last race. Just kind of running out of time to do a lot of things with college and just a bunch of other stuff going on. So you know, I'll always take a win to leave. I really worded that terribly. I'll always take a win on my last start. That's always very nice. Shout out to you for putting on a broadcast, of course, for what was it, the last half of the season or so? Kind of feels like it.
About half the season, a little under half
About
the
half the
season. It was,
season.
yeah, about the whole playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to you for doing that. I'll probably rewatch some bits and parts of this. Probably the last 20 laps for sure. Who else do I have to shout out? Let's see. Shout out to Elite Motorsports guys. I feel like we were always racing really tough and really competitive for sure. I feel like it was always kind of our guys versus their guys, and you could really see that in most of the races. So shout out to them for racing us clean for the most part. I know we've had some run-ins, but it was really fun racing them. And I think that's about it. I think I went through all the people.
All right, Connor. Well, you go celebrate this one, enjoy it, reminisce it, and I can't wait to see, you know, what's in store here. I know they got a few ideas coming up here for the ISRL, so looking forward to seeing what those plans are. And who knows, maybe you see me back out there on track with you guys here. You never know. Till then, enjoy this one, Connor.
That'd be pretty cool. Thank you, man.
All right, and that will conclude the interviews here this evening. Awesome racing by everybody. Let's go ahead here for the final time here for Season 7. The final results pending any admin stuff. Connor Trafari grabbing the victory here this evening. AJ Heider second. Walker Thomas finishing third. Mitch Van Oss in that 182 finishing fourth. James Rader in that 72 finishing fifth. And sixth in that 92 machine, Brian Bick. Back in seventh, the 85 Zach Lindgren. Jared Rashawn there in the 17 finishing eighth. Kyle Camper finishing ninth in that 91. And Eli Innes, your pole sitter coming into tonight's race. in that 43 machine finishing 10th. Mike Dorsey in the 3 finishing 11th. Nicholas Bumlick in the 77 finishing 12th. Paul Reckley in the 22 finishing 13th. Daryl the Big Dog Arnold in that 6th finishing 14th. Jeremy Brown in the 46 machine finishing 15th. Philip Arnold finishing 16th in that 30 machine. Anthony Colatuano in the 98 machine finishing 17th. And rounding out the field in 18th here this evening, Richard Kirker in the 93 machine. Well, that will conclude it here for the Season 7 for the ISRL over here on Extreme Racing TV. As always, Dennis Ansman up in the broadcast booth. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Can't wait to see what these guys have in store upcoming here in the next few weeks, months, whatever it takes for them to decide everything. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back on doing a broadcast for them here in the near future. But until then, folks, take care of yourselves, each other, and remember, always be safe out there. Have a good night. Until next time, this is Dennis Ansman signing off.